Ask me something doomy. Something awesome.
Something awesome. Are you devils?
Are we devils? Yeah, there's bits of devil in all of us, I guess. I guess, you know, it's funny. I was talking to someone recently, a guy doing video here, and we had this great conversation about how, about taboos, and about how so many things these days have become taboos, like, you know, so many things are, you know, you don't talk about anymore because, oh, you just don't talk about them. Like, for example, nudity that isn't pornography, it's art. Or, you know, that nudity that is shown as something that is artistic. You know, an art that is genuinely experimental. And I don't know, I think there's a devil in me that I'm trying to get in contact with again. It's the devil that goes, you know, fuck this song, just distort the whole thing, wind it backwards, and say something weird, you know. That's yeah, there's a devil in all of us, and I think to a degree you got to let the devil play. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's actually true. I mean, not only have things seem to have gotten more taboo, like everything more or less, especially when it comes to expressing yourself, whether through words. Like, I mean, you're gonna watch your language much more these days.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Applies to the music industry as well, and the movie industry and everything else. The artistic movement is sort of has to come up with new ways to say the same thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That.
Well, this is really interesting because, like, you know, you talk, like, I have phone conversations sometimes with, you know, record label owners of industrial record labels and stuff, and you know, they're businessmen, and they have you know, they have obligations and all that sort of thing. And I've always got to remind myself that this guy started this company because he was a early 20s-year-old guy who believed in industrial music, and that whole ethos is still in this guy. So, you know, at the core of it, this guy's probably more of a punk than I am right now, you know? So, you know, that's, you know, with so many things, it's really funny. I had this job once, working in information technology. God, I hated it. And, I used to do music for kids, CD, computer games and stuff. And the woman, this really, really straight girl, like she was the manager of my manager. She was like the bullshit manager. God, she used to give me the shits. And we had this, there's a thing in Australia called shotgunning a Tim Tam. That Tim Tam's a chocolate biscuit. And you have a coffee, you bite off the diagonal corners of the Tim Tam, you stick the Tim Tam in, and you suck the coffee through it, then you swallow it, and it's just this chocolate explosion. It's awesome. Shotgunning a Tim Tam is not what you do in a corporate meeting, but I did. I just had the shits with her. I had the shits with everything. And anyway, she said, "You're trying to shock me," and I said, "No, I am shocking you." And she said, "You can't shock me." And so we had this conversation, and as it turns out, you know the Sex Pistols' "God Save the Queen"?
Yeah.
You know the video for it where they're going down the Thames and they're singing "God Save the Queen" on the Queen's Jubilee and they all get arrested? This chick was on that boat. So I'm talking to this chick who's wearing a suit and everything else. I just couldn't believe it. Yeah, in 1976, she was with Richard Branson, Malcolm McLaren, and the Sex Pistols on a barge, getting arrested by London police for obstruction of justice or whatever the hell it was, and she was arrested. And I just went, whoa, that's so cool, I can't top that. So I shotgunned another Tim Tam, and I think she had one with me, so I don't know, life's funny like that. There's a lot of funny tattoos that are buried under suits.
What kind of shenanigans do you guys get into while you're on tour?
Actually not really all that often. Like, the problem with touring is that it's really, really intense, and you can't, it's day after day after day, and it's really hard work. Like, we will work for 6-8 hours solid, you know, lifting boxes, setting up merch stands, setting up our gear, sound checking, and by the end of that 6 or 8 hours, you are really tired. Then you've got to go on stage. So whatever energy is left inside you, you've got to dredge up and you've got to rock, you know, for 45 minutes or an hour or something. Then after that, we always go out and meet people. So we're always hanging out with people and talking with people, and by then we've been working for 10, 11 hours, and then the night finishes, you got to pack up, put it back into the bus, drive on to the next stage. From setup to pull down, it is at least 12 hours. Usually it's 14, and you are utterly fucked. And there's not really a lot of partying going on afterwards. Like, the craziest times you have will be at a festival, because everything is taken care of for you, and there's a whole bunch of other bands there, and you always end up mixing Red Bull with red wine and vodka and absinthe, and it's always very, very messy. So it's a lot of fun. And stuff's happened, but I won't talk about it. I've stolen.
It's always a social experience.
Yeah. There's, whenever you do a festival, there's always like the big rock star bands. Yeah, well, there's always the big rock star bands, and they always have like some really awesome bottle of something, really expensive bottle of something. So what we do is, no, I've been told that apparently there's this other band that runs into their dressing room, steals the bottle of expensive something, puts it in someone else's fridge, and then you befriend that band. Then this other band befriends that band. So you get, and they go, wow, hey, check it out, there's this really cool bottle of mega expensive whatever. Oh, hey, we'll help you drink that. Yeah, but I'd never do that. I don't know which band this is. I'm just told that there is a band apparently that does that. Rock!
Your makeup and all your accessories on stage. I mean, you got a huge visual aspect to Angelspit, that much we've already covered. Does it take like immense time to prepare for going on stage after all that lifting of merchandise and whatever else you might bring? I mean, how much time do you have to prepare and put everything on?
We have about 1 hour. And from the time the doors open to the time we go on stage, because usually we're a support band, we have an hour. Like if we're headlining, we have 3 or 4 hours. I actually like being a support band because you can go out, you can play your set, then go out and meet people. Whereas if you're the main band, you can't really meet people after you play because they close the doors. But we have about an hour, and Destroy X is really good at getting dressed very quickly and putting her makeup on really fast. And for me, I just throw on some eyeliner, put in my mohawk, and it's all pretty easy. That takes me like 10 minutes. So, yeah, we've got it down to a fine art.